Islam Makhachev is without a doubt one of the most feared fighters in MMA and is widely regarded as the best in the game today. Since becoming champion, the Russian has stood out with his dominant performances and his willingness to fight anyone, anytime.
Was it a concern for you at all taking this fight on one day's notice with a different opponent?
For me, no matter who can make 155, just step to the cage and stay in front of me. I like this belt. It's not my job. If somebody wants this belt, come to the cage.
That attitude earned him Dana White's admiration, especially after he agreed to fight Alexander Volkanovski on short notice. Dana was impressed by Makhachev's reaction to the last-minute opponent switch and made a point to praise the Russian, even immortalizing him at the UFC's training facilities.
I got to read this quote to you guys from Islam Makhachev. This is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about right here. So think about this. You get the call to take this fight short notice, you take on Volk, and he says, what does this title represent? It means you're the best in the world. And if you're the best in the world, it doesn't matter who is going to be standing across from you. What do I say? No, never. Let's do this. I love it. I swear to God to you guys, I got to find out if it's up yet, but I called the team yesterday. I said I want Islam Makhachev's quote in the Apex and I want it in the PI. It's going up on the wall. That's how much I love this shit.
But then, former featherweight champ Ilia Topuria entered the picture, calling out Islam Makhachev multiple times and receiving a negative response from the champ, who made it clear he doesn't want that fight.
Yo me estoy preparando para Islam Makhachev. Todos mis entrenamientos realmente están enfocados para Islam o para Charles, porque no veo ningún otro contrincante. Así que tengo esos dos nombres en mente. Ninguno de los dos parece atreverse. Luego tienen como frases que hacen suyas de que un campeón pelea con el que le digan y tal y cual. Y después de que no quiero pelear con él porque es pequeño, luego cambio de categoría y digo, bueno, soy pequeño, ahora estoy en categoría, luego que no he ganado lo suficiente. Bueno, son síntomas de miedo, todos lo sabemos, pero es normal, yo también tendría miedo.
This led many fans to start questioning Makhachev's famous claim that he'll fight anyone. Now people are wondering, is Islam Makhachev actually afraid of Ilia Topuria? Let's take a look at what some of the UFC's biggest names are saying. And don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to the channel. Daniel Cormier, who's known Makhachev for years and is a close friend of the champion, gave his honest take. He said that Ilia Topuria is arguably the most dangerous opponent a lightweight could face right now. But he made it clear that he doesn't believe for a second that Islam Makhachev is afraid of him.
Ilia said that he wants a title fight, point blank. He said that he's focusing all of his training, and I'll read the quote, all of my training is focused on Islam or Charles because I don't see any other opponents. Neither of them seem to dare to fight me. These are symptoms of fear. Ilia Topuria, essentially he's just saying that these guys are scared, but these are symptoms of fear. Like, I mean, come on, man. Come on. Ilia Topuria is a cool guy. But I know for sure Islam Makhachev is not afraid of him. I'll tell you this, as a person that's a friend of Islam, a person that's known Islam for years and years, he's not afraid of him. So while Ilia Topuria may strike some fear in most, or some, Islam's not afraid of him. And honestly, I'll be honest with you, like, neither is Justin Gaethje, neither is Charles Oliveira, neither is Dustin Poirier or Michael Chandler. Those guys aren't afraid of each other. They're fighters. And when you're a fighter, fear is kind of the last thing that crosses your mind in regards to another fighter. Islam wants to fight someone that's had been at 145. Charles wants a title fight. There are so many people that seem to have a clear idea of what their direction is, that's why I think they don't want to fight Ilia. But ultimately, to fight Ilia is to be in the biggest fight that the weight class can give you right now. Because watching how all this has worked out from the outside, I see now, or I can respect the type of cachet that he has. He's not just another fighter. Ilia Topuria carries some weight with him. We haven't seen Ilia versus those guys, and I believe because of what he is and who he is, those fights have the ability to sell. Because I feel, especially watching the way people are responding and reacting to him, he has that ability to ascend to one of the biggest stars in the UFC.
Makhachev's coach also spoke out, saying the champ fears no one and will fight whoever the UFC puts in front of him. However, he added that the matchup with Topuria isn't a good one for Islam, calling the Georgian just another small guy moving up a weight class, and claiming that Topuria poses no real threat, whether on the feet or on the ground.
Islam's a true champion. He's going to fight whatever they put in front of him. So, you know, there's no, oh, we're not fighting that guy. No, he's fighting. So let's just see when and if they can put it together. Well, you know, of course he's cutting the line, but hey, if the fans, if that's what they want to see, that's what the UFC wants to see, then it's basically, he is cutting in line, but it's not a true sport. It's entertainment first. So if more eyeballs are going to pay attention to Topuria, then obviously that's what the UFC is going to want. For us, it's one of those, you know, we fight another featherweight again. So for him, it's huge. For us, it's another one of those situations that we're supposed to win. What's the secret out in Islam? He's complete everywhere. You know, what have I always said? I always said it. Khabib has always said it. He fights however we ask him to fight. So for me, it's not a matter of what he's going to do. It's, you know, it's going to be a matter of what Ilia is not going to be able to do. Whoever they put in front of us, I know one thing: Islam is a true champion. He's going to say yes, and that's the one thing I can honestly say. There's not many of them out there that are like that. He's a smaller guy. He's not as experienced on the ground as Islam. I don't think it favors him personally. I really don't. You know, I know he grapples with his own people, etc., etc. You know, but you know, it's one thing to grapple with them. It's another thing to grapple with the likes of Khabib and Islam and some of these other killers that are in Dagestan. It's a whole different level. Where are you gonna go to get that level? You're not gonna go anywhere you're gonna get that level. It's not gonna happen. So I don't care who you're grappling with, you're not gonna be able to deal with the level of what Dagestan brings, and especially in that division.
Khabib Nurmagomedov came to Makhachev's defense as well, saying it wouldn't be fair for Ilia Topuria to skip the line and get a title shot ahead of other contenders who have been working their way up the lightweight rankings.
I don't think right now Ilia deserves a shot at 155 pounds.
Without fighting in 155? Without? No, I don't agree. Because Islam already give chance, and people talk bad about, like, oh, he fight 2 times with Volkanovski, but the UFC push this fight, and this fight was good in first fight, but why Islam have to give 3 times chance for 145 champion? Why? It's not fair for 155 pounds.
Right,
but if he move up and he beat somebody like Charles Oliveira, of course.
Yeah.
And I think, you know what I think?
Yeah.
I think he can beat him.
Yeah.
I think he can beat him.
Then there's Alexander Volkanovski, one of the very few who fought both Makhachev and Topuria. That makes him the ideal person to weigh in on how this fight might go down.
Yeah, so like, again, you can see why people would take that the wrong way. You know, they're going to be like, oh, he's just acting like Ilia got lucky. It's like, no, he set it up still. Like, you know, I mean, I'm not taking away that their effort. There's a lot more fighters that are got a way better chance of catching you because, you know, they've got good setups and all that. But, you know, if the fight goes 25 minutes, if a fight with me or anyone in my division goes 25 minutes, I'm winning. I'm getting my hand raised every single time. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean by it. Can anyone catch you? Yeah. Does that mean it's a lucky shot? No. I mean, that's not what I'm trying to say. It's not, they can still do a great job of finding it, but if they don't find it, you get what I mean? Like, yeah. But with Ilia, that's his main sort of style, is trying to find the chin and stuff like that. So you can't take anything away from him. So when I was trying to say that, people got to understand, like, he was still the guy that capitalized on things that I was doing wrong. You know, there was things that I wasn't happy with. A lot of fighters wouldn't be able to capitalize on that. He was. You know, I didn't make adjustments. I did a couple of wrong things. Not many fighters can capitalize on that and make the right adjustments to find the chin. He did. So, you know, I mean, that's where you got to give him credit for. But again, I stand by what I say. Like, if that fight went 5 rounds, even though I wasn't even fighting my fight, you know, I still believe I would have, you know, got my hand raised. You know what I mean? Like, you know, things would have. Hopefully, I would have, you know, done a better job of fighting my fight throughout that fight. But even when I wasn't, people were like, "What do you mean you're winning the rounds anyway? What do you mean like you weren't fighting?" I was like, "Okay, yeah, just because I was winning somewhere and landing more doesn't mean I was fighting my fight. You know, I definitely wasn't." And he's a guy that you can't give him anything. You give him anything, he's a fighter. Put your lights out. So and that's full credit to him. And you know what I mean? So that's where people got to go, no, there's a lot of respect there. That's not a disrespectful statement at all.
Volkanovski issued a warning about Topuria, praising his pinpoint accuracy and saying the Georgian has the power to knock anyone out with ease. Islam Makhachev recently stated that he's no longer interested in fighting smaller guys, that he's chasing legacy and is tired of giving opportunities to featherweights. But here's the thing. Ilia Topuria is undefeated in his MMA career with 16 wins. He's currently ranked the number 3 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, and he's one of the frontrunners for 2024's Fighter of the Year. This could easily be the biggest fight the UFC could book in the lightweight division right now, not only because of Topuria's elite form, but also because it would pit the number 1 and number 3 pound-for-pound fighters against each other in a potential career-defining showdown. And let's be honest, saying this fight wouldn't contribute to Makhachev's legacy, as he claims, just doesn't hold water. If anything, this could elevate his legacy to new heights, especially if he's able to defeat someone like Topuria, who's currently at the absolute peak of his career. If Islam is serious about cementing his legacy, this is exactly the kind of fight that would do it. A win here would silence any doubts, while a loss would shake up the pound-for-pound rankings in a major way, possibly knocking Makhachev off that number 1 spot. So yeah, MMA fans are fired up for this matchup, and Topuria has already made the first moves to make it happen. Now, it's just a matter of whether Makhachev steps up and says yes. After his quick win over Renato Moicano, it's safe to say the Russian is healthy and ready to go. So what's the holdup? But what do you think? Is Islam Makhachev actually ducking Ilia Topuria? Drop your thoughts in the comments so we can chop it up. If you're a real MMA fan and want to stay locked in with everything going on in the fight world, definitely check out the 2 videos showing up on your screen right now. They're packed with important updates, and I guarantee you'll enjoy them. If you like this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you in the next one.